Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mark with Jensen, and I want to take a few minutes to walk you through building your lead generating asset from A to Z to where you're literally going to come into the software to your dashboard right here. And I want you guys to be able to buy a domain, set up the site, deploy it onto live hosting, set up your call tracking numbers, your forms, and have all of those things pulled into your lead management dashboard. And you can set up your billing and your client login immediately, all within a relatively short period of time. So you can start from either the templates tab where we're at now, or under the networks tab. I'm going to start right here in the template because I want to show you how we kind of grab a template we like, or you can make one from scratch using our drag and drop site builder. And basically, we're not going to deep dive into the builder itself, or some of the more hyper specific applications of Jensen, but I just want to give you guys like an overall feel. So we're going to go over here to new template, and it gives us a bunch. There'll be a lot more in here as we move through public beta and essentially get launched and whatnot. But I'm going to do a roofing company, so you can actually preview it right from here and take a look, and you can modify any of this. So this isn't set in stone whatsoever. But I'm going to select the roofing company template, and that's what's going to open here. And obviously, we're missing a lot of like conversion elements and whatnot. And I'll teach you guys how to create some really dynamic insertions based on the squiggly line. It's called like a spin tax. So, but essentially, let's just, for time sensitive purposes, let's just say we're happy with this. We have all the info filled out, and we're going to use this template to deploy the roofing sites for this specific network. And if some of this nomenclature seems a bit esoteric or foreign, that's okay. We'll deep dive into each of these things, like what a network is, and we'll deep dive into some of the utility of the builder and how we plan on growing that and improving that over time. But for now, let's just again, for the sake of time, let's just say we're happy with this, and we click save and continue. Okay. So this is going to automatically create a network for us to host this domain and any other asset we put in there, landing page, domains, other sites, what have you. But right now, you can use your own domain, and you can basically, connect your DNS and all that stuff. I'm going to actually show you guys what I love, because I hate buying domains and setting up hosting and having to manage all these different registrars. So we are going to make our domain, and let's say it is California Roofing Pros. Doubt that's available. Great. Give me a second, guys. Let's do California Roofing Pro Services. Just something for demonstration purposes. Search the domain. The domain is available before someone else does. California Roofing Pro Services. That is sexy. Alright, so we're purchasing it right here from inside of Jensen, and it'll take a few moments. Usually it actually doesn't take a few moments, just a few seconds, and we're done. The domain's purchased. We're going to go next, and this is, you guys will throw your credit card into Jensen, so all of that, it'll auto bill. You don't have to go to PayPal every time or anything like that. We're going to just use Namecheap DNS for the moment. We'll click next, and we can do a custom configuration and whatnot, but for now we're going to keep it simple. We're going to set up the email contact. I like to do info or support or whatever. Forward emails the client. You can check or uncheck. That's completely, up to you. I'm going to click for it to forward at the moment. We're going to go to phone configuration. So right here, Jensen has a full call tracking suite built in, and you can also connect your CallFire account. In the coming weeks, you should have the option to there we go. There's the call rail and Twilio. All of the main stuff's right in here. We're gonna actually walk you through buying a new phone number. So for this one, we're gonna do San Diego, and there is the San Diego. It's gonna do a search. Here's a few numbers we can choose from. We're gonna select a phone number, and next. And it's automatically going to purchase that phone number and assign it to that site. For this option, you can go through and set up your autoresponder and whatnot. We're going to skip this again just for time purposes. We're going to jump over to variables. So variables is something I want to actually deep dive with you, but that goes back to the squiggly line, different dynamic insertions you can do. But, I don't want to cover that right here. I kind of want to move forward just to show you guys how quickly we can deploy our lead generation assets. So under SEO, we can do the our Google Analytics. We can get all that code put in. So right here, it's cool because for any page that we don't fill out the title, description, keywords, etc., we can have default parameters. So anything that isn't filled out, we can still have something, whether it's just the brand, the meta description where we throw in a call to action with the phone number, little things like that to potentially increase click-through and increase conversions. But then any page we have built on the site, right now this is this just came in the template, the template that we selected. We can set up all of our SEO stuff right here. For now, we're just going to move forward, but I just want to showcase that you can handle your SEO, right away. So the billing settings are really cool. So there's a few different ways you can bill. If you want to do a rank and rent site, you can select once a month. You can select your billing day, and then you can click fixed. And let's say we're going to charge these guys $2,000 a month to rent the site. That's it. That's done. You just set your billing settings. Now, for pay-per-lead, it actually gets a lot more fun in my opinion. So you can select the billing interval for once per week, and it's per lead. And we can deselect auto-approved leads. So, this makes sure you go through and approve each lead before it goes through into your client portal, where they can essentially, quality check the lead and then approve it for invoicing. Or you can just auto-approve if you're on that type of an agreement. So we can have two different lead prices where, let's say for form leads, we're charging $50. For all you, just real quick, I know this is a Jensen demonstration and not really a lead gen training, but for all of you guys selling phone calls exclusively, you're missing so many opportunities to generate insanely highly qualified leads through forms on your site. But everyone loves the live phone calls. And let's say per call you're charging $150, and then you can set a billing threshold. So if we're billing once per week, if your client says, hey, I have a $2,000 a month budget that I can spend on leads, your weekly billing threshold will be $500, which, obviously in this case, it's only like 10 form leads, but it's all arbitrary. If they say, hey, we can spend $10,000 a month on leads, your billing threshold is $2,500 per week. And you can set it to bill once in 2 weeks, once per month, however you prefer getting billed. So let's set that up and go to next. So webhooks is an advanced feature that a lot of you probably won't use. A few of you might want to. Let's say you want to, you can add an endpoint and push certain data about a lead through like Zapier, and you configure that in Zapier, and it would give you a specific URL, a custom URL for your specific webhook. You can click Add Endpoint, drop that in there, and it'll set your webhook up, and it'll automatically push the specified data into whatever webhook you choose. So really cool stuff. Next, we are done. So this is it. We completely set up and deployed a website. This is the overview for California Roofing Pro Services, which is obviously an incredible brand name I just made. And we can go over this. We can go over this dashboard and take a much deeper dive in a different video. But for now, I just wanted to show you guys that it is set up now. Because it takes time for the hosting to propagate, it's actually live. That's incredible. So in 10 minutes, which that's, usually it takes a few hours for it to propagate, but that's really exciting. In 10 minutes, right around 10 minutes, we bought a domain, hosted it, deployed a live site onto it, set up tracking numbers, and there's your tracking number and the form, which again, we talked about in the beginning, this isn't a complete site that's missing a lot of conversion elements and stuff we need. It's just a template. I just wanted to show you guys the proof of concept where, once you create a solid template, you can launch lead generating assets set up to track your calls, your forms, bill it to the client. Remember, we set up the billing. You can give your client their portal login, and you can start making money from the site tomorrow. So that's 10 minutes to start making cash with lead gen, ladies and gentlemen, and that's using Jensen to do it. Thank you.